Mark, this is actually a slightly longer than normal issue. They snuck in 22 pages into this one. So your recap might have just like a sentence or two more. Why don't you tell us what happened in this issue?
We open on the fiery, sultry eyes of the Queen Goblin. We got some real poetry about those eyes, and I'm kind of looking for John Cusack to enter the page holding a boombox. Instead, it's Kraven Jr., Clone Kraven, or as Available Alan called him, Krayju, or whatever other moniker you wish to call him, holding a spear. A spear that has been imbued with the sins of Norman Osborn. Imbued is such a wonderful word, isn't it, Dan? That brings us to New York, and Peter is calling, nay, annoying Norman Osborn with his concern and friendship. But wait, he's getting another phone call, and it's Felicia, checking in to see just how devastated Peter is from their emotionally charged, not remotely predictable breakup. And Peter is doing just fine. So fine, in fact, he's meeting Janice Lincoln's friend Michelle for not a date, which I guess is the kind of thing you go on with someone that you like a sister? I'm not sure either. We transition over to Michelle with a stern look in her eyes, and I don't think Peter is about to serenade her with any Peter Gabriel. She calls Peter out for being late, again, and Peter is all like, "Don't blame me, this is just how I've been written for the past 16 years. The two bicker over whether or not Randy or Janice should reach out first about the whole mob hit ruining the wedding scenario. You know, that old chestnut. And Peter goes into full Peter patronizing mode about who Janice's father is. So Michelle drops a truth bomb on him, and that she is in fact Lonnie Lincoln's lawyer. Peter gets all indignant, so Michelle compares him to the Punisher, and suddenly a bunch of cops on Long Island are like, wait, is someone misrepresenting the premise of the Punisher? Color us there. Back to the two fiery lovers. Kraven is not going to repeat the mistakes of his father, and Queen Goblin is going to make sure of it and prove that he is better than his father by not just besting the spider, but the spider's enemy, Norman Osborn. She reveals a rather macabre-looking goblin costume lying in a casket and sends Kraven out on the hunt. Norman is being shockingly normal in his lab and lets Peter know that the constant checking up on him to see if he's reverted to a sociopath thing is so many months ago and he needs to quit it. But Peter lets him know there's more to his constant worrying than making sure that he just doesn't go back to being the man who killed Gwen. In fact, Peter's starting to see the man who has constantly talked about being a father figure to him, this time with far less torture and psychedelic toothpaste. And just like that, the power goes out and it's time for the two of them to suit up. All hell is breaking loose, and Clone Kraven appears and locks himself and Norman behind a door, and it's time for Osborn to face his destiny. Norman goes to fight back, but is quickly overmatched by Krayju. But just before the fatal strike can be made to Norman, Spider-Man jumps in the way and takes the brunt of the hit. Peter immediately starts transforming into something darker and powerful, causing Kraven Jr. to understand he is no longer the hunter but the hunted, and to run away. And we are left with a maniacally laughing Peter, and I think Kraven's in trouble now.